What's up, guys? It's June 21st of 2019 and Bitcoin is making moves. I haven't really made a video for about a year now. Last time I made a video was around right here and we broke out this ascending triangle for the first time and had the retest, and we finally hit that bear target of like 3200, and now we've completely reversed, and I thought we would get into some TA right now because it looks like Bitcoin could be trying to make some parabolic moves here again. So if we look just at the bottom here, we got the RSI and the MACD, have some fib lines, have the volume per volume range, and these are probably the only tools that you really need to use ever to make some decent trades. And yeah, I'm gonna get right into it right here because this is getting pretty interesting. You can see here at 98.70, and yeah, this is pretty bullish, I'm not gonna lie. So we had the initial run up and then we made a bottom right here on our MACD at this 152 level. We went back up and then we tested that level again, 152. This one went a little bit lower, but I'm going to count that as a double bottom, honestly, because it did get a nice reaction up, and we'll see if that double bottom plays out if we break above this high in the MACD, which would be really good because right now we do have some bearish divergence going on because the price is going up and the indicator is going down. On the RSI level, what we see here is at 47 RSI, and we can see that it's played, resistance in most parts of this level, and it did get a nice bounce here. Like, it got a nice bounce here right before the breakout. It got a bounce here. So I want to dive in this a little closer here. So if we look at Bitcoin, we look at about, what is this, about a month's worth of price action. We can see that it's forming what this is called a broadening wedge or broadening pattern, and we can see that Bitcoin didn't even really test this middle channel again. I was personally expecting it to test this channel again. It had the smallest breakdown ever right here, and now it's trying to hit the top of this channel. And I mean, right here, if it touched it today, it'd be about $10,200. Okay. And if we zoom in even closer, let's see here. Let's go to the 4 hours, see if we can see anything on there. We go on the 4 hour here. We formed we formed this triangle pattern, and it ended up breaking out to the upside. And I believe we met or exceeded our target on this one. This was about 6.3% target. Let's go right here, and yeah, we exceeded the target on this. That's also bullish. I mean, exceeding targets on these is really good. And what I've been noticing on the 30-minute is we've just been forming little continuation patterns here. If we see, I believe probably around this area is where we hit the target for that breakout, and we've been forming these little consolidations. Have been forming breakups, and now we're at this fib line right here. This fib line is an extension fib, basically off of your regular fib, and it's actually breaking and finding support right here. That's very bullish, and it looks like it's gonna try and attempt this 10.2k level. And it's probably gonna attempt it today, to be completely honest, because this is proving as support. So now if we zoom back out. Okay, so we zoom back out. I mean, it's gonna hit 10.2k, I believe. Don't know exactly when. It seems like it's gonna be today, tomorrow, the next day. Let's say if it hits it, it could get a rejection. It's not, the bulls are out, but it's not like they can hold the bears forever. And if we do get a rejection, I mean, this middle trend line of this broadening pattern right here can take us back down to about 9k. Okay, and 9k isn't that bad. It's a good spot to fill out longs. But if 9k does not act as support like it should, then the bottom of the pattern is around 8k. Just think 9 and 8k. Those are your supports. I mean, it's pretty easy right now. You don't really gotta know exact numbers. Just know 9, 8k, 10k. Those basically all you need to really know right now. But if we do break out of this broadening pattern, it'd be a pretty nice run up. It's about, let's just say 25%. Yeah, 25% is pretty huge actually. The way you do that is you just get the opening of the pattern. I mean, most patterns in trading is you just get the opening of the pattern, and you just put it where it's gonna break out, basically. Sorry, but yeah, I mean, it's looking pretty bullish. 25% would take it up to that 13K level, honestly. 13K is gonna be a pretty big resistance, and we got also 11 and 12K. Those are gonna be resistance, but I mean, if you look over here at these extensions, they do come up pretty nicely. At the first extension did play out, so you know the other extension should play out as well, as long as that broadening pattern doesn't reject us down. Because if the broadening pattern rejects us down, obviously you redraw the fib level for this to be the top, and you'd get some pretty good support levels here. Now, we'll zoom out to the weekly. I got a lot going on this chart. All these red lines are on my positions when it dropped. I just kept them there. Well, if we look at the weekly, let's check out what level we're at. So we look back here on the weekly. I mean, I have this circled. This was a previous top in one of our reversal attempts, and this was more in the bear market. Obviously, bear market just started, so there's still a lot of FOMO, still a lot of like, you know, everybody was going crazy still. Basically how they're doing it now, but in a bear market. We've effectively turned bull, and we look right now, we had this top right here, but the one thing we didn't have was a TK cross up. Sorry, we didn't have that TK cross up on the weekly right here. When you get a TK cross up, this is with Ichimoku clouds, obviously, but TK cross up, I don't even think I see one on this chart because I'm using Binance. It doesn't go back that far. This is the first one on Binance's chart, and TK cross ups on any chart usually have some significance. If we look at the daily, our last TK cross up, once it loads, let's see here, just to get some reference, the last one was at 4,200, it looks like, on the daily. So if you would just play it off the TK cross right here at 4,200, we had a nice run. And then if we look right here, the last TK cross down was right at 66, right before the drop. So you would have made out like crazy if you would have shorted off this TK. And obviously the day, like if you're playing on the day chart, it's gonna have more significance than the minute chart. That's basically it. So playing those indicators are really gonna help you out. Ichimoku Cloud is also a really good indicator to play off of. But let's look at this volume per volume range right here. Let's go back to the weekly. Probably see a better image. So if we're looking just at this volume per volume range, this is gonna be these bars right here. The way you play it is the bigger the bar, the harder to break. So we can see that last big bar was at 6,600. It broke like butter, obviously. And each bar has basically been getting smaller, besides right here at 8,300-ish, where we had that drop and then that run up. That took a lot of money. Took a lot of money or volume to break back up above that level, which caused this bar to get bigger because they were descending. These bars do get bigger based off of trading, but as we can see here, it's just the bars are getting smaller and smaller and smaller until they're nothing. So if people want to buy Bitcoin as bad here as if it's at 16K, it is gonna moonshot. We can see here, I was looking at this a little earlier and I was thinking, well, has it really reversed? Have we formed a reversal pattern? And yeah, honestly, we have. Here, let me remove these. The reversal pattern that played out here was a double bottom, but it really didn't, you know, go. It wasn't that big of a double bottom. I mean, if you draw a trend line here, this double bottom right here, I mean, that's pretty significant. You know, that's a 29% rise to the top. So I mean, it went up 29%, went back down, double bottomed, and then we broke out. Because if you get this double bottom resistance right there, Again, I have all these lines here, but double bottom resistance was right there, and we can see we broke it right here. So yeah, I would say that a double bottom did play out in that market reversal, and that's what really is keeping us going. And I haven't seen any bearish signs yet. I mean, you go to the 4 hour, let's see. We've just been making new highs. And when you're making new highs, it's not really lines for bearish unless you're making a rising wedge. But a rising wedge gets more congested as it goes up. Right now we're broadening, which is basically we're getting a little wider, which is not bearish. There's always a breakup and a breakdown potential in these patterns, but as we can see, the bulls have been in control of this pattern for the most part, forming continuation after continuation. And I would expect a break to the upside here, regardless. So let's look at the next major fib level. Next major fib level is right here. It's the half, and we can see that we did have tops right here and on the last crash, and their top right there, and we had some resistance right here on the way up. So that level is going to be around 11,400. So if we do get a breakout out of this broadening pattern, and just like this was a broadening pattern down here, can draw some lines probably. Let's see here, dupe and dupe. This is a broadening pattern. You can kind of see the significance of the run up here. Just off of this one is actually smaller, had a smaller target, you know, etc., etc. So we should see definitely a more substantial move than we saw when we were at the 5K level, and it will be to the upside. I mean, for the most part, again, breakup, breakdown potential. And yeah, so the watch 11,400. If it breaks above that, 11,300. If it breaks above that, watch the 13K level. Honestly, yeah, guys, but we're looking really bullish right now. That's surprising to say after that long bear market, and now that we have the bull market, hopefully most of us got in around the 3K level. Yeah. Uh, so you want to just get more updates? Let's check out my Twitter here. Here's my Twitter. I did call the bottom. I'm gonna post it right here. It says sell all positions below 5,000, and the target's 32.57, and it did hit that. And then here's us another update. This just looked like a falling cliff. I was like 5,500. It's gonna have some support. It's psychological, obviously. And then below 5 to sell, and then we saw that big dump candle all the way down to 32.5, and yeah, just follow me. You can DM me. I'll message back. I'll give you answers, or at least to my best of my ability. I'm just here to help you guys. I like doing this. So yeah. Bitcoin looks pretty bullish, and I hope you guys are riding it. Right now, currently, I am in longs. I am longing right now. I'm longing at about 50x my last position, and my long was at 94.40, I believe. So I have a pretty good return on investment right now, but I feel like I'm gonna at least ride it to this 10.2 level, and it looks like Bitcoin's gonna make a new high right here, or attempt to make a new high, and we can just see that. I mean, this is looking bullish. So yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and hope you guys do well in your trades. Good luck.